International Criminal Court has issued arrest warrants for Israel's Prime Minister Benjamin Netanyahu.
International Criminal Court has just issued arrest warrants for Israeli Prime Minister Benjamin Netanyahu.
Welcome back to part 2 of the Israeli and Palestine war. In part 1, we spoke about the UN Charter and how Israel has been violating the rights of the Palestinians. And they've been doing it very much openly. In this video, we'll be discussing the current affairs and all the legal terminology surrounding it. So I'll be breaking down all those big words and what it actually means. I'm sure you guys have heard that the ICC has issued arrest warrants against Israel and that Israel claims that it has immunity against those warrants. Now, who is the ICC? The ICC stands for International Criminal Court. It's in its name that it's an international body or organization that deals with international crimes. So the ICC was actually established by the Rome Statute. The Rome Statute is a treaty that entails many laws called articles, and it applies to states internationally. So the Rome Statute established the ICC, and the ICC has 124 member states. So before I move on, a lot of you might have had the question in mind that why hasn't Netanyahu been arrested yet? What took the International Court so long to issue the arrest warrant? So this is what we're dealing with, the membership. So Israel happens to be a non-member state. So what that means is that they're not a member of the ICC. And this is where it's complicated. Like I mentioned previously, Israel claims that it has immunity against those charges. Now what it means by immunity is that they can't be arrested. So they're saying that the ICC does not have jurisdiction to make those arrest warrants. Now, jurisdiction is when a court has the power or authority to arrest a person or hold someone criminally liable for committing a crime in a particular place. Now, that's Israel's argument. And France and a few other countries are standing with Israel, saying that yes, ICC doesn't have jurisdiction. So the ICC actually cleared this misunderstanding in 2019 for non-member states. And they said that they do have the power to hold a state criminally liable, even if they're a non-member state. Now, what you need to know is that when a court has to make a decision, it looks at different sources. So one of the sources is that it can look at past decisions. So in the past, the ICC issued arrest warrants against Sudan and Libya. And both these states are non-member states of the ICC, meaning that they're not members. So this shows that the ICC does have jurisdiction, does have the power to arrest or hold a state that's not a member criminally liable. Now, the funny thing is that France agreed with this decision made by the ICC against Sudan. And now that it's being made against Israel, they're having double standards. And Article 27 of the Rome Statute says that official capacity is irrelevant, meaning that the rules of the ICC apply to all states, and it applies to all persons equally. So in conclusion, the ICC does have jurisdiction in states who are non-members to the ICC. And the fact of the matter is that Israel can definitely be held liable for the crimes it's committed in Palestine.